Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, this is a very important message for you today. Do not ignore it. Pay attention to this message, open your eyes and be careful. This is not a coincidence. It has been sent for you. This is something only you were meant to see, because it belongs to you." The moment your eyes fell on these words, the heavens aligned and whispered, "Finally, they are ready. Ready to hear, ready to feel, ready to awaken. Ready to receive what was hidden for so long." Archangel Michael says, "A letter with shocking news about your inheritance is arriving. You won't believe who sent it. There is something that has been swirling in the unseen realms, like a wind full of prophecy, full of truth, full of hidden legacy that was once buried beneath dust, silence, and deception. But no more. The clouds are splitting, the seals are breaking, and what was once veiled is now being laid bare before you. This message is for you. You may have felt the stirring lately, the trembling of your soul in the quiet of the night. You may have noticed strange synchronicities, echoes in conversations, dreams that feel more real than waking life. You may have seen shadows pass you in the corner of your vision or felt a chill that didn't match the weather. You may have thought you were imagining it. But you were not. This was the movement of the divine coming closer and closer to reveal something you were never supposed to forget. There is a scroll written in gold, and your name is inscribed on it. There is an inheritance with your spirit's signature on the seal. And now, finally, it is about to be delivered. Archangel Michael says, "A letter with shocking news about your inheritance is arriving. You won't believe who sent it, but you must prepare. Because what you are about to receive does not belong to your past, it belongs to your future. A future you haven't fully seen yet. A future that was once delayed, but never denied. A future that was fought for by those in realms beyond the veil, who kept watch over your name even when you had forgotten who you were. This inheritance is more than silver or gold. It is more than coins or crowns or kingdoms. It is ancient, and it is holy. It is a legacy encoded in your soul, passed from lifetimes ago, preserved by divine hands. It is your true purpose, your divine right, your heavenly favor. And it is coming now, at a time when you needed it most but expected it least. The sender of this letter is someone whose hands have touched the throne of justice. Someone who knows what has been taken from you. Someone who has written this message in divine ink, dipped in the truth of heaven's fire. You won't believe who sent it because their name has been erased from earthly records, but in the book of eternal truth, they shine like the sun. They wept for you once. They interceded when the enemy tried to distract you. They begged the heavens not to let you be forgotten. And now they smile because the time has come. The letter has been released. The angels have been dispatched. The seals have been broken. This message is for you. Do you remember the moment your life shifted, but you didn't know why. The moment you lost something you couldn't name, but felt in your bones? That was the day the inheritance was hidden. That was the day something sacred was placed in a divine vault, not because you weren't worthy, but because you were being protected. You were still growing. You were still healing. You were still learning to trust the fire in your belly and the tears in your eyes. But now you are no longer the version of you who could be deceived. Now you see clearer. Now you hear the voice calling from the throne. Now you feel the tremble of eternity in your heart. This is the moment you must open your spirit and receive. God says, your inheritance is near. Do not doubt it. Do not push it away with thoughts of unworthiness. Do not let fear rob you again. You have cried enough. You have carried burdens not meant for you. You have fought in shadows that were not your making. And still, you rose. Still, you woke up. Still, you reached for the light, even when the night refused to let go. That is why this letter is coming now. That is why Archangel Michael has been dispatched. That is why the messenger is already on their way. The letter may arrive in a dream, in a conversation, in a real envelope, in the words of someone unexpected, in the reflection of something you thought had no meaning. But you will know it when you see it. Your soul will quake. Your hands will tremble. Your eyes will fill with tears because something deep within you will say, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I was born to receive. There is someone who tried to keep this from you. There is someone who knew if you found this out, everything would change. And they were right. Everything will change. Because you were never meant to stay in the shadows. You were never meant to be empty. You were never meant to beg for love, for peace, for belonging. You were meant to inherit abundance, not just of things, but of purpose, vision, wisdom, and divine favor. They buried the truth once. But heaven is digging it up for you. The scroll is real. The seal has been opened. The inheritance is yours. Archangel Michael says, a letter with shocking news about your inheritance is arriving. You won't believe who sent it. It's someone who knew you when you were light. Someone who walked with you in the garden before this lifetime began. Someone whose soul made a promise to yours, if ever they are lost, I will find them. If ever they forget, I will remind them. If ever they fall, I will help them rise. And they kept that promise. That's why you're reading this now. This is not just a message. This is a revelation. A door. A signal. A divine appointment. And you must not delay. Let your heart be wide open. Let your spirit rise up and receive. Because what's coming is more than good news. It is the beginning of everything you were born for. This message is for you. Someone you love deeply knelt down and cried last night, not because they were weak, but because they felt your breakthrough in their bones. They sensed your name being spoken in heavenly halls. They felt the chains breaking, the old lies melting away. They cried because the wait is finally over. They cried because your light is about to burst forth like the sunrise after endless storms. It's almost over. The season of confusion is ending. The silence is breaking. The inheritance is coming. It may arrive with a whisper or a shout. It may be wrapped in stillness or fire. But it will come. And when it does, nothing will ever be the same. The person who sent the letter is watching from beyond time. They saw what was taken. They saw what was broken. They saw how you still kept walking. And they have made sure you are rewarded. They have made sure your name is honored. You have no idea how powerful this moment is. Archangel Michael says, a letter with shocking news about your inheritance is arriving. You won't believe who sent it. Do not scroll past this. Do not walk away like it's just another message. This is not random. This is not entertainment. This is sacred. And it is specifically, deliberately, unmistakably for you. This is your confirmation. This is your time. Open your hands. Open your soul. Lift your eyes to the heavens and whisper, I am ready. Because what you're about to receive, it has been waiting for you longer than you can imagine. And the heavens have waited for this moment to declare, you are chosen. You are remembered. You are seen. You are loved. And your inheritance is no longer delayed. Prepare. Believe. Receive. Because the letter is already on its way. This is your sign. This is your divine moment. Don't ignore it. Open it now before it passes you by. Archangel Michael says, a letter with shocking news about your inheritance is arriving. You won't believe who sent it. This message for you was never meant to arrive through ordinary ways. It traveled through time, through storms, through silent cries in the night when you were sleeping and didn't know that angels had already circled your house and stood at the edge of your bed, holding scrolls written not in ink but in fire and oil from heaven's storehouses. This message was preserved in realms you have not walked, in dimensions you cannot yet speak of, and still, somehow, it has made it to you now. Not because you asked, but because the heavens decided you had waited long enough. It is not late. It is not early. It is here in the divine time. Archangel Michael says, prepare your heart because a letter with shocking news about your inheritance is arriving. You won't believe who sent it. It was written by someone you thought had forgotten you. Someone who walked away, someone who made you cry, someone who acted like you didn't exist anymore, but they have been writing to you in secret. And this isn't just a letter made of paper and postage. This is a divine package sealed in mystery, carried in the wings of the spirit world, delivered with precision. When it arrives, everything you thought you knew about your story, about your family, about your life, will begin to unravel. And not in the way that causes chaos, but in the way that makes room for revelation. You have been walking in shadows, but this letter will light up every corner. You have prayed in rooms with closed windows. You have whispered to God when no one else heard. You have carried burdens and smiled. And the heavens did not ignore that. You have walked past the very people who carried pieces of your destiny in their pockets, but they didn't speak. You shook hands with some who knew more about your purpose than you did. But still, they remained silent. Now that silence is breaking. God says this is the moment where old truths will bow down to divine secrets. You have been chosen not only to receive but to carry the blessings that were promised generations before you were even born. This inheritance? It's not just about land, or gold, or assets stored in banks. This inheritance is spiritual. It is the mantle of power your ancestors lost. It is the favor that skipped past others but is now returning through you. You were never supposed to beg for it. You were born to be a vessel that holds it. Archangel Michael says, I am standing beside the one who sent the letter. They are not who you think they are. They are not an enemy, but a divine messenger in disguise. They were sent to break your heart before they could give you the truth. They were used to make you feel abandoned, so you would search for something deeper. Their silence was loud, but their spirit has been writing to you every day. When you open that letter, tears will come. Not because it hurts, but because everything you doubted will make sense in one holy moment. Your pain had purpose. Your waiting had timing. Your losses had layers. And now the reward will be revealed. The letter will not come in a glittering envelope. It might arrive through a phone call, a name mentioned out of nowhere, or a person you haven't spoken to in years. Pay attention. When the message comes, your heart will recognize it before your mind understands it. Something inside you will leap. Something eternal in you will whisper, this is the moment we were made for. Do not delay. Do not analyze. Do not second guess. Just open. Just read. Just believe. This inheritance was delayed, not denied. There was paperwork on earth, but there were also scrolls in heaven. Both had to match. And now they do. Your name is being whispered in boardrooms and in prayer rooms. Your name is being spoken in places your feet have not entered yet. And it is being spoken with honor, not pity. With power, not shame. Something has shifted. Your silence has become your testimony. Your tears have watered the ground of your breakthrough. Archangel Michael says, I stood over the courtrooms of heaven when they reviewed your case. I watched as angels presented your prayers like evidence. Every time you stayed kind when you could have fought back. Every time you forgave when you could have burned the bridge. Every time you helped someone who would never help you. It all counted. Nothing went unseen. And now the reward is being released. But it won't come with applause. It will come quietly, divinely, like dew in the morning. And suddenly, your hands will hold what your heart has always known. There are people you trust who do not know what is about to come to you. Do not try to explain it. This is not for everyone. This blessing is customized, tailor-made, designed for the cracks in your soul that only God can see. This is the moment the heavens restore what you didn't even know you lost. And when it happens, it will not just be for you, it will overflow. Your children, your siblings, even those who mistreated you will benefit. Because your blessing carries legacy. Your favor carries ripple effects. You have been walking through battles in silence, and some thought you were weak because you didn't fight back. But it was never weakness. It was divine strategy. Heaven was training you to reign, not to react. That's why you were isolated. That's why you felt abandoned. That's why no one understood you. You were being prepared for an inheritance that few are strong enough to carry. And now, it is being released. You won't have to chase it. You won't have to manipulate it. It will find you. It already knows where you are. This is your season of divine arrival. And when it comes, no one will be able to take credit for it. Not the people who left you, not the ones who watched you suffer and said nothing. Only the divine hand of grace will be visible in the story that's about to unfold. The pages are turning. The old chapter is closing without your permission, and the new one is being written with your name etched in gold. A voice has gone out on your behalf. It has spoken to people in high places. It has whispered in ears that held keys to rooms you've never seen. It has planted dreams in the hearts of strangers who will now become part of your breakthrough. And while you slept, angels were moving pieces, setting stages, orchestrating encounters. Nothing about this is random. Everything is connected. Even the heartbreaks. Even the delays. Even the betrayals. All of it was making way for this moment. Archangel Michael says, do not worry about who left. They had to. They were part of your history, but not your inheritance. Let them go. What is coming to you now doesn't require their presence. This isn't about proving anything. It's about receiving everything. You are not being rewarded for being perfect. You are being honored for staying faithful. That's what moved heaven. That's what shook the archives of glory and opened the gates. And when that letter arrives, when the message finds you, you will not need confirmation. It will come with peace. It will come with clarity. It will come with a wind that feels like prophecy. Everything that was tangled will begin to untie. Everything that was hidden will come to light. Everything that was lost will return, not in pieces, but whole. Not in fragments, but in fullness. This message for you is not just a word. It's a prophecy in motion. A divine movement that cannot be reversed. A scroll that has been opened by fire, sealed with purpose, and now delivered to your very doorstep. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not too late. You are right on time for the greatest unveiling of your life. So breathe. Prepare. Watch. Listen. And when the sign comes, even if it seems small, even if it comes through a voice you didn't expect, trust it. The divine knows how to disguise miracles. The divine knows how to use unlikely messengers. And the divine has chosen now to open the floodgates of truth, love, legacy, and restoration. God's blessings are being poured out in unexpected ways. Not through the hands of those who always claimed to love you, but through the hands of those who were sent, appointed, and anointed for this moment. And their arrival is near. The letter is on the way. The inheritance is no longer delayed. It's being released. The one who sent it? You'll know them not by face, but by the Spirit. You will feel it before you see it. And when you do, just say yes.